Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, dear students, and welcome to our science class. So today is Tuesday, and the date is the 7th of December 2021. Yesterday, I asked a very important question. I asked you, what is the most thing that you cannot live without? And you can find it in nature.
The air.
Okay.
The air.
Air.
The food. Food. Water.
Food. Excellent.
Water.
Water. Very good. And huh? What else? All right. These are where we can find these things. We can find them in nature. Where we can find these things?
Nature.
We can find them
Nature.
Excellent. Now let's write it down. We can find these things in nature. Very good, very good. Okay, if we can use these things and we find them in nature, we call them resources. What do we call them? Resources. So, what are resources? What are resources? Things that we can use. Okay, now again. Things that we can use and we find them in nature, we call them natural resources. Okay? So if there are things that we can use, we call them resources. Things that we use, let's write it again. Resources are things that we use. Things that we use. And where can you find it? We find them in
nature.
Excellent. Okay. Things that we use, we find them in nature. What do they make? They make a natural resource. Now let's write down a natural resource. And this is our topic for today. Natural resource. Okay, like what natural resources? Like air, food, water, also sun, wind, gas, fossil fuel. All these are some things can come from nature. We find them in nature and we use them to survive. We use air to survive. We use food. We use water. We use fossil fuels to survive. We use gas to survive. Is that right? So all the things that we use, we call them resources. And because we find them in nature, we call them natural resources. Okay? Okay. Now let's clear all the drawings and let's go to the book. Open with me page 250. Page 250. Please, Habibi, everyone open your camera. I need to see you all. Okay, page 250. Very good.
I will open it.
Okay, Habibi. So,
can I go to the restroom?
Yes, you can go quickly. Now, what is a natural resource? Now we are going to underline. Who can read for me? What is a natural resource? Yes, ya Hamza. A natural resource
is something that comes from nature that people can use. The air.
Just a second. Very good. This is the definition of the natural resource. Now let's see the example of the natural resource. Let's see who else can read. Who else? Hi, Ghazi. Can you read, please, for me? What is the example of the natural resource? Like what? Hi, Ghazi. Ghazi, you read? Reading, ya Ghazi, from here. The air
you breathe and the soil that crops grow in are natural resources, and natural resources are used to make
products you may use.
Products you may use. Can you use which
Yes.
natural resources is used to make paper and pencils?
Thank you, Ghazi. Thank you. Ghazi, thank you. You can stop here. Thank you very much. So, the air we breathe, the soil that crops grow into, they are all where we can find them in nature and we use them. So we call them natural resources. Some of the natural resources, the thing that we can use and we find them in nature, we use them to make product. Okay. If we can use them to make product, can you guess with me, what are the natural resources that we used to make paper and pencils? Who can tell me? What are they? What did we use to make pencils and papers? Something comes from nature.
Food, air, water.
Habibi,
Food.
Paper and pencils. From where did we make paper and pencils?
Wood. Pencil made of wood.
Okay, I know food are natural resources, but I mean paper and pencils. Huh?
This pencil,
From what?
this black
wood.
This black pencil.
That's right. Hamza it said wood, from wood. That means from trees. Excellent. Now, a tree from where? A tree comes from nature. So definitely it's a natural resource.
And nature comes from Allah.
Yes, and nature comes from Allah. Thank God for our nature that we have million of things that we can use to make
Allah is doing
to survive. Yes, that's right, ya Abdulaziz. Thank you for telling that. All right, Habibi. So natural resources can be many different things. There is a lot of examples about it. Like the trees, paper and pencils are only few examples. How about making houses? Do you think making houses, we can use natural resource to build houses?
Make houses from the rocks.
Yes, make houses from
rock.
Excellent. Also from trees, we can use trunks.
Rocks and trees and fire.
Okay. I need things that comes from nature, only nature, okay? So, yes. Thank you, ya Isma. Thank you, ya Abdulaziz. Now, let me tell you something. If we cut down the tree today, do you think we can replace the tree later, or we cannot?
No.
Why?
No.
You cannot plant another tree?
Yes, we can.
You can plant another tree.
We can.
So you can make it. You can replace it easily. And if you can replace a natural resource easily, do you know what do we call it? We call it a renewable resource. Now, Saif, can you please underline with me a renewable resource? Tell me, what's a renewable resource? Hi, Saif. Can you tell me what's a renewable resource?
It's one that can be replaced easily. We can plant more trees to make more paper and pencils.
Excellent, excellent. So any natural resource that you use and you can replace easily, we call it what?
A renewable resource.
Excellent, excellent. Renewable resource. Very good. Okay, Habibi, did you all finish underlining with me?
Yup.
Is there anyone did not underline with me? All right then. So let's clear the drawings and go to the next page. Let's see the examples of the natural resource over here. This is the example of food. Can you see the plate over here? Tell me, where did this food come from? First of all, fish and vegetables. Okay, from where did he get the vegetables? Hi, Abdullah Haddad. From where?
Tree.
Hi, Abdullah Haddad. The vegetables, from where did he get the vegetables over here? Abdullah Haddad.
From the tree.
Excellent, from plants. And where can you find plants? Where?
In the tree.
In the nature. You can find plants where?
In the nature.
Excellent, you find plants in nature. What about fish? Yeah, Ismail, where can you find fish?
We can find fish in the oceans.
In the ocean. So also the ocean is in the nature. So all of our dinner today, we bring it from where? From nature. The fish that are caught in the ocean are sold to people in stores and market. Okay, do you think that fish are renewable resource or not renewable? If we finish the fish today, hi Talal Iyad, can you answer me? If the fish finishes today, can we bring another fish tomorrow or not? Can we replace it easily or not?
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, we can replace it easily. If we can replace it easily, what do you call this natural resource? We call it a
Renewable resource.
Excellent. We call it a renewable resource. Why? Because we can replace those fishes once they are caught again. We can replace them easily. Very good. Very good.
We cannot weed them.
Okay, what about water? Can the water be replaced easily or not?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Of course. So is it a renewable resource or not?
Renewable.
So if we clean water, we can use it again. Is that right? See, this water comes from a waterfall, from nature.
Yes.
It can come from a lake. It can come from an ocean. It can come from a river. If we clean, we can use it again and again. So water is a renewable resource. Okay, Habibi. Before we watch a video about our lesson today, let's summarize our lesson. What did you learn today with me? First of all, we learned about what? Things that we can use. Things that we can use. What do we call it?
Natural resource.
We call things that we can use resources. Okay. If they come from nature, if they come from nature, excellent. If they come from nature, we call them natural
Messi, take
resources.
a paper and write like you or no?
لا يا حبيبي, no يا قلبي, don't write like
Okay.
or listen. We learned that things that we use, we call it resources. But, and if they come from nature, we call it natural resources. If they can be replaced very easily, what do we call it if we can replace it easily? We call it renewable resource. Excellent. So again, who can tell me what's a natural resource? A natural resource like what?
Natural.
Things that we use, they come from
Water, food.
from where?
From nature.
Excellent, Hamza, from nature. Things we use that comes from nature. Hi, Azbedi, can you tell me the examples of the natural resources? Like what? Hi,
Food,
Azbedi.
water, air.
Ahmed.
Yes.
Natural resources, things we use that comes from nature.
Food, water, air.
Air, excellent. And water. Okay, what
Water.
about things that
Food.
we use from nature and we make product using them? How can we make pencils, paper, houses, the road? What
Wood,
do we use to make them?
rocks, wood,
Excellent, we use rocks, we use wood, we use trees. Huh?
Trees.
Okay, what else?
metal.
How we can make cloth? Remember in grade 2?
From the
Your t-shirt is made of what?
cotton.
Cotton, excellent. If your t-shirt's made of cotton, cotton is what? Where can you find cotton?
Cotton is a plant. It will be.
Plant.
It's plant is named cotton. Cotton is a plant.
Excellent. There's a plant named cotton. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, what's a renewable resource? What does it mean, a renewable resource? To
To replace the
things
thing
easily.
Easy.
If you can replace the resources easily, so what do we call it? A renewable resource. Okay, what about the wind and sun? Are the wind and sun natural resource? Can you use the wind and sun to do something?
yes.
Yes, that's right. Okay, what do you use sun and wind for?
To grow plants.
Okay, we use sun to grow up plants. What else?
Electric.
And water.
Excellent.
Sun,
Electricity.
air,
We can have electricity using,
electric.
yes, electric energy using the sun and wind. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, boys, let's stop right here. We are going to stop recording and we are going to see a video how we can use natural resources to use them and to survive in our lives. Now let's say bye-bye to recording.
Bye. Thank you.